left minus for the car, Chris. All right.
Hello, welcome. The Intercontinental Rally Challenge, heading to Sanremo on the Italian Riviera, the final all-asphalt event of the 2012 season. Competitive running contained within a 25-hour window. Tight and always testing. You need skill, you also need an awful lot of luck to do well here. Sanremo, what a backdrop, located about half an hour from Monaco. The city, yes, the Riviera del Fiori, of flowers. Yes, well, up in the mountains, it's a more serious affair. Almost a ribbon of tarmac laid upon the mountainsides. And yes, at least you get to go and enjoy it on the Riviera at the end of a hard day's rallying. It is absolutely glorious. 6 stages left to be contested on day 2. Let's have a look at what happened on the opening day, shall we? It was busy. Giandomenico Basso fastest on stage 1 and again on 3, and taking the lead for his M Sport Fiesta team. Genius at work, a lot of local knowledge playing into his hands perhaps. A mixed damp and drying surface, kind of foxed a few. Hit some people in terms of confidence. Not Jan Kopecki, fastest on 2, second overall after stage 3 and 12.7 seconds behind the leader Basso. Looking great, doing superb things with that Fabia S2000. Andriucci, Peugeot 207. No risks, he said. Thinking about the Italian Championship, fighting with Skoda driver Umberto Scandola for that. Third after 3 stages, 14.2 seconds behind Basso. Oof. Well, that's Paolo Andriucci. This is Umberto Scandola. That crash into the guardrail on 1, punctured 3 times, retired after stage 2. All hopes of the Italian title gone. Oh dear. Punctutastic, yes. What about Johannen? Well, the 2012 European champion, taking a safe approach. Yes, also wondering whether it was just a little bit too safe. Hard compound Michelin's compared to the softer compound of his rivals. 4th overall, not looking quite as hot as we thought the Finn might. So heading for Ronde stage 4, 44 kilometres in total, just after 9 p.m. local time, and at this time of year in this part of the world. You know that means darkness. A legendary stage then, all along the crests, and then back into the Vales. 44 kilometres of twisty roads, dry with some damp patches in the dark. On board with Johannen, 14 seconds behind leader Basso at the start of the stage. Trying something in the dark to close the gap. Is the dark the best place to do it? No. Trying too hard, sliding off as you saw. Rolling the car, landed on a small house. Luckily nobody home, but still had to retire.
We rolled and ended up over there. Okay, I was pushing a bit more on this stage, trying to catch Basso, and now we ended up over here, so not so good.
No. Giandomenico Basso attacking hard in the night stage, but significantly actually staying planted, shall we say. Not on a small house. 20.4 for the 44 kilometre stage. Great time for Giando.
I had a small problem with brake, but I think it's normal.
Jan Kopecki, second at the start of the stage, 12.7 seconds behind Basso. 33.9. Losing 12.9 seconds, if you've done your maths, on Basso, who was the fastest again.
Yeah, it was not so easy because, you know, it was very sleepy in the end over here, so I lost some time over here because maybe I was driving too careful. But okay, tomorrow we have 3 stages twice, so it will be still a long rally.
Paolo Andreucci controlling things after scandalous trouble. Italian title, absolute priority. Not a great tyre choice for the long stage. Only 6th fastest, losing 1 minute and 5 seconds to Basso, but dropping from 3rd to 6th in the overall standings. But of course, thinking about that national championship title. Oh, he looks upset. Tyres too soft, he said. In the middle part of the stage, it was dry, but we made a safe choice to secure our position. Gives us a smile at the end. Alessandro Perico, 4th fastest on Rond, 46.8 seconds though behind Basso, climbing to 3rd overall nonetheless. Stefano Albertini in the Peugeot 207, like Perico. Yeah, 5th fastest on the stage, 47.3 behind Basso, but climbing to 4th place overall. Man on a mission. And Craig Breen, strong 3rd quickest time on Rond, 31 seconds down on Basso and climbing up to 5th. Craig and Paul Nagel looking good. Basso then, nice to see Breen and Nagel on this front sheet of the graphics. Basso topping it out at the moment, 25.6 seconds ahead of Kopetsky. Shame about Hannon. Day 2 of Sanremo. 6 stages to go. 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon. Service between the first and the second loops. Warm and dry weather, as you may have seen. Expected to last throughout the day. The roads, thankfully, dry at long last. Finish kind of in a bowl for this one. Koller Langan, 19.93 kilometres, just after 9 a.m. local time. You've got to be up early to get into position to watch these boys. Gian Domenico Basso in that M Sport Fiesta. 1.6 turbo. No signs of slowing down. Attacking from the very word go. Fantastic on board. 13.26 or 13.26.9 I should say for Basso. Disappearing very, very quickly. Jan Kopetsky, 14.6 seconds slower than Basso. Second overall, 40.2 behind the leader then. But the opening Skoda in the top 5. The best place Skoda, I should say, in the top 5. Seems local knowledge counts for perhaps a little bit more than we thought here. Kopetsky doing a marvellous job without that knowledge. Breen and Nagel kind of fit together, don't they? Peugeot 207, 13.51.1 for the run here. 19.93 kilometres, all bar 20k to deal with. Great battle with Albertini for 4th.
50, 6 left, not short, don't cut, and flat 3 right.
Craig Breen consistent from the very start here. Stefano Albertini in the Peugeot 207, half a second slower than Breen. Unfortunately, watch out for the first right-hand turn. Won't be long. Well, he suffered a spin at the first right-hander, tried to get it back into the right direction and moved to 5th, but only 0.1 from Breen, so did rather well, actually containing that. I thought we had pictures, sorry about that. In a minute, we'll be back, of course, here in Italy for the remainder, the run for home at the Sanremo. Welcome back to Sanremo, round 12 of the season. Yes, stage 6 coming up. And Perico in the 207. He was about to nail this one. The Passo Teglia, 18.8 kilometres, just around about 20 to 10 local time. Once again, ridges playing their part, diving down into shadow. Thankfully dry. If they'd run this one yesterday, it would have been something of a problem. In fact, it of course was. Perico and Carrara then. remaining strongly in third place, fastest on the stage, and his first stage win on the rally, 13:58.2, where others just riding the cushion, not pushing as hard. He kept it very, very tidy, as you can see. Great work, and great to see the Peugeots running so well here. Giandomenico Basso keeping it in the M Sport family with Fiesta RRC. Only 0.7 of a second slower than Perico, so very quick, second fastest, controlling his advantage. Leading by 40 seconds though ahead of Kopecky, so didn't have to go completely nuts here. A rally much easier for Basso compared to the San Marino rally in July, it seems, where he was fighting for the lead with Andreas Mikkelsen. But nonetheless, Basso looking fabulous. Craig Green likewise, sixth fastest time on this one, 4.6 slower than Albertini, losing fourth place overall though as a result. Yes, Breen now 4.5 seconds behind his Italian rival, but looking solid for a top 5 spot. Let's keep our fingers crossed, shall we? Paolo Andreucci, also in a Peugeot 207, 8th quickest. Safe driving after Scandala's retirement. Doesn't need to push overly hard, and as a result drops to 6th overall. Just has to finish this rally, score one solitary point to be declared 2012 Italian Rally Champion. And believe me, that's a big noise in this parts. Talking about noise, it's what fans turn up for. And the growl of the Renault Megane. Robert Consani, you can hear this one coming from a long way off. Despair, unfortunately, for the Production Cup and IRC two-wheel drive championship leader. Oh dear. Starting that slide, impact at the rear, damaging the rear axle as a result. You can see it's a big handful. Tried to continue, but, well, span again. Decided it was better to retire than just cause even more damage and maybe injury. Was second in the Production Cup, fifth in the two-wheel drive before hitting that trouble. The collar Doggia, dodgy maybe, 20.73 kilometres, taking this on just after 10:30 in the morning for the openers. Sun drenched in parts, shaded in others. Well, I say sun drenched, you can see some shadows. Give me a break. Last stage of the morning before the crews head back to Sanremo for that 30-minute regroup and service. Quickest time, again, Giandomenico Basso, extending his lead to 52.6 seconds. That is a country mile here. Comfortable lead, but still pushing. Jan Kopecky, third quickest behind Basso and Perico, remaining second overall. You've heard the margin. And 36.3 seconds ahead of Perico, so kind of solidly in second place for Jan Kopecky. The one and only Skoda Fabia S2000 left in the top 10. Remarkable. I like listening to Paul Nagel. Craig Green, drama for the young Irish duo. Yes, picking up a front left puncture, striking a rock on the inside of a corner, lost approximately 3 minutes in the process and sadly dropped off that front page of the graphic. Out of the top 5 to 6 overall. On board with Stefano Albertini. It's loud, fourth quickest. Reports a strange noise, so even louder than it should be. But running a strong fourth spot nonetheless. The engine may be complaining, but well, it was still doing the job. Paolo Andreucci, big scare, braking for a right-hander. Had a speed slide, I think he described that. Oh dear, memories of Panizzi, but this one wasn't deliberate. Yes, not hitting anything, stalling, getting on with it, sixth fastest and moving ahead of Breen to fifth overall. Great drama, you won't get it in this part of the world. Basso ahead of Kopecky by 52.6 then. So back to Sanremo for the midday service with 3 stages left. Nice little pizzeria just on the hillside between here and the Repubblica Hotel, which has a nice bar on top. Yes, having a consistent rally coming back into the IRC and in Italy, of course. What about Brian? Let's have a chat.
It was just a left corner. I'm not sure what I hit, but something obviously quite sharp on the inside, and it just slid the sidewall. That was the end of that. We had a puncture within, the tyre went down within sort of 100 or 200 metres, so we had to stop and change, which is a little bit disappointing. But you know, for sure, since last night in Round in the Dark, we've had quite a good rhythm. This morning I just wanted to take one pass again like yesterday, just to get myself familiar with the stages, and then perhaps go for a push this evening. But it's just like this, we have to move on.
Having to move on, he's had to do that a number of times this season, carrying the burden well. 3 stages left in Sanremo 2012. We'll see you in just a few moments' time. Welcome back to IRC Sanremo. 3 stages left in round 12 of this season, starting with the second run of Colle Langan. 19.93 kilometres dry. Jan Kopecky, second stage win of Sanremo for him. And so kind of betting himself into that second place in the overall classification. On his way to second in the IRC drivers' standings, jumping ahead of Hannanen, who crashed out so spectacularly, albeit gently on top of a roof of somebody's house yesterday evening. Giandomenico Basso, second fastest on the stage, 5.3 seconds behind Kopecky, and holding that big lead. 47.3 seconds ahead of Kopecky in the classification here. Brian Nagel taking revenge for that puncture on stage 7. Third fastest time. Best stage result so far in Sanremo. It's amazing what a bit of anger can do for you. And sometimes it just spurs on a little bit of focus as well. I'm not saying they've got a deficit there, but still 6 overall. Surely gunning for a top 5. Pierre Campana. Di Castelli calling the notes. Lost a lot of time on Rond yesterday evening with a broken rear diff, dropping back to 24th overall. The fight back began. 4th fastest on the stage, best stage result of this rally, and climbing to 12th overall. That's recovery. Harry Hunt, yes, trying to recover after his puncture yesterday and indeed today on stage 7. 6th quickest time, showing what he can do. Certainly not a flash, Harry. Now 16th overall. Not a flash in the pan anyway. Harry absolutely solid. Good work. So, stage 9, Telia, 18.8 kilometres and just after 2:30 in the afternoon. Jan Kopecky on his second run through here, another stage win. It was to be as well. Kind of strutting its stuff here. 3rd stage win of this rally. Confidence in the surface growing, and indeed the, as you can see as well, the spirit absolutely undiminished. Some amazing corners that they take here. Beautiful to watch. Craig Breen with Paul Nagel almost beating Kopecky for the best time here. Total mission, these boys. Yes, edged out by Kopecky by only 0.4 of a second. 6 overall for Craig and Paul. Good run, boys. Well, it seems the battle of the stage, or the balance of the stage I should say, swung towards the Peugeot 207s. Fighting hard, Pierre Campana to get back into the top 10 overall. 3rd fastest on the stage and climbing to 11th overall. Getting a couple more positions and finishing 9th overall. Great result. Giandomenico Basso, while driving safely and keeping his focus, is what it was all about. 4th quickest. Yes, leading with a 37.7 seconds advantage over Kopecky. So could afford to just ease back a little bit, but it never seemed like that when he was out there. Totally committed competitor. Great to watch. Not sure about the flare, boys. Alessandro Perico, 5th fastest time on the stage, still maintaining 3rd place overall. A podium would be amazing for Perico. And more good news for Peugeot and their 207 campaign here. 3rd behind Kopecky and Basso, 2 very, very big names ahead of him. In the Production Cup, Perico Gasparetti in the Renault Megane RS, winning the Production Cup, fastest Production Cup driver on all of the 10 stages. Now that's a stat to take home with you. Terrific effort then by Gasparetti. Not so sure about the black wheels, mind you. Consani, Enya, Tempesti, Pushkar and Arai. That's the Production Cup drivers' standings after the Rally Sanremo. And what about the two-wheel drive cup? Well, Samini Campidelli in the Citroen DS3 R3T. They need to smarten up that name. Yes, great rally for the 27-year-old. Despite a locked shoulder during service yesterday. Yes, we're talking physical, not mechanical. Yes, winning Sanremo's two-wheel drive cup and finishing 8th overall. That's amazing. Brian Bouffier, fastest R2 driver in his Peugeot 208 R2, 7th in the two-wheel drive cup. It's the future. So the two-wheel drive cup standings as well. Consani just can't keep out of these standings. Harry Hunt on 76 points, just 11 shy at the moment. So come on then, stage 10, the Colla Doggia. Yes, 20.73 kilometres, just after 20 past 3 in the afternoon local time. Glorious stage this, shame we didn't have that much sunshine, just hiding from us. Greg Green, what an achievement, 6th overall.
It's very emotional to be here, to be back in Italy, but as always, every time I step in this car, I've got Paul and I've also got Gareth with me, and to arrive to the finish, show some good speed. It's something that I'm very, very proud of, and you know, from the outside it might look like a fantastic weekend, but for me personally it's a big win.
And for us too, fella, well done. Paolo Andriucci finishing 5th overall, enough to take his 7th Italian title.
Sette volte. Abbiamo lavorato tanto, siamo proprio contenti.
7-timer champion. We have worked a lot for this result, and we're extremely happy for us, and of course for Peugeot Italy, and for Anna Uzzi, his co. Pleased for them as well. Alessandro Perico finishing 3rd overall, won Sanremo in 2005. Renault Clio S1600 that was. This was a 207 S2000. Very, very good. The rally was really difficult. Yesterday the conditions were very tricky, and today, well, it's been tough, but we've managed ourselves well and conducted ourselves beautifully on the last 3 stages. He's right. Jan Kopecky, the one and only Skoda in the top 10, finishing 2nd and moving ahead of teammate Hannon in the IRC drivers' standings. I think you can possibly say mission accomplished. Let's have a word.
As I said in the morning, it was very important that we keep this position because Gian Domenico was very quick, so it would be a big risk, you know, to try to catch him. And I have to say, as you said, we are first Skoda in top 10, so I hope that we brought some important points for the team.
At the end, an easy victory for Gian Domenico Basso. Yes, the A-style team doing it in that style. 2nd victory in Sanremo, won in 2008 with an Abarth Grandi Punto, this time an M Sport Fiesta. Well, we've tried to stay focused. It's a Fiesta in the last 3 to 4 stages, but we wanted to keep on pushing. It's the best way is just to keep your rhythm. There you go. That's why he wasn't holding back, because he doesn't know how else to drive. Victory for Basso and Dota. Superb. Kopecky and Dressler runners up, but well, it must feel like a victory for them. Basso won this season's Mille Miglia, the San Marino Rally, and now the winner of Sanremo. Busy months ahead, working on projects for 2013. A-style.
per ora è un po' presto fare progetti, però
at the moment, I have no fixed plan for next year. It's too early, but yeah, been doing a great job. I think we can bring something for next year, and I'd like to continue racing at an international level. Don't you think he looks a bit like Loixie with a hat on? Mikkelsen, Kopecky, that's the separation at the moment. It's a yawning margin. More rallying, of course, still to be done in the IRC. So Kopecky second in the IRC standings. As far as manufacturers are concerned, Skoda, well, it might well have been that they didn't feature that highly up the order, save for Kopecky, but still the bosses, it seems. What about the Colin McRae Flat-Out Trophy? Well, he had a terrible drama in the Targa Florio, but with the help and support of his family, friends, and indeed the community, who else but Craig Green, fighting back, trying to keep the dream alive. The same dream he nurtured with Gareth Roberts, and now he carries with Paul Nagel. Sanremo, he picks up the Colin McRae Trophy. Basso, Kopecky, Perico. That's the Sanremo 2012 podium. Well, that's all for the Sanremo 2012. Next rally is the Cyprus Rally from the 2nd to the 4th of November. Middle day is my birthday. Very last round in the great history of the IRC. It'll be a bit emotional. I'm Carlton Kirby. Thanks for your company. Hope to see you then. Bye.